I've generated over 1,000 blog posts on a single topic, and that is AI SEO content. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to not only generate this content, but I'm also going to show you how to generate it at scale and import these posts into WordPress step by step. So why would you do this? Well, to build topical authority with Google and grow your organic traffic. So sit back, relax, and get ready to revolutionize the way you approach SEO. Let's go. So just before we get into the how, I just want to explain the why you would do this. So if we take a look at the casual.app site, now this is a site that was launched a bit over a year ago, and it is a business planning platform for finance. And if we take a look at the blog page here, let's go to the blog. If you scroll down, you're going to see a lot of blogs. And if you scroll down further, you can go next. If you scroll down further, you can go next. And there are literally hundreds of blogs on this site. And they did this to build topical authority with Google. And when you do that, you become an expert in a niche or around a topic. Google recognizes that and it sends a lot of traffic your way for that topic. The way they've been able to do this, if we click on one of the blogs, let's say this one here, you will see that it has a certain format about it. It's pretty basic, not a huge amount of content on that one. If we look at another one, so this one here, budgets explained, same thing, a couple of headings, bit of content, but it's all around the same niche. And this has been done by generating content at scale using a template. And if you want to see the impact of doing this, let's have a look at SEMrush. So a bit over a year ago, they launched basically zero traffic here. Today, over 500,000 clicks every single month. That is super impressive. Now, I'll give you another example. Just quickly take a look at this site here, OFX. Currency exchange. Now, what they do is pretty basic, but if you go down to the bottom here, have a look. Transfer these currencies with OFX. If we click on one, same thing. This is just a basic template of a page. There's nothing interesting about it, except it talks about converting AUD to AED. If we go back, same thing here. We could go to this currency here. And it's so that when someone Googles currency exchange, and it doesn't matter which two pairs they enter in, OFX will have a page for it. So Google knows that anyone who wants to know about currency exchange, this is a great place to send them. And if we have a look at SEMrush again, just take a look at what this has done for their business. They have massive organic traffic. So 500,000 clicks a month here, peaking up to over 1.3 million clicks a month. Building topical authority as part of an overall SEO strategy is worth considering. And in this video today, I'm going to show you how you can generate a lot of content fast and then programmatically load this up into your CMS. And today's example is going to be WordPress. So the first part of this process is actually generating the content. And there's probably a bunch of different ways you can do that. But today we're going to be using Mango SEO. If you've got Mango, all you need to do is go to the Beethoven module. So we'll click on that. And with Beethoven, it allows you to generate variations of a keyword. So you can generate lots of different titles for blog posts. So for example, in step one here, if I just put in programmatic AI SEO content and hit generate, Beethoven has generated 100 ideas around that keyword for blog post titles. So if you wanted to do hundreds of these, I would recommend you just slightly change this keyword and it's going to generate another 100 each time you run it. So 10 times and you got 1,000. Let's just generate the content for one of these now. So programmatic SEO content for AI, for example. So we'll just copy that, paste that here and hit go for step two. All right, so Beethoven step two is now generated the content for this title. What we want to do now is take the title, copy it, head over to a spreadsheet. And in this very first column here, we're just going to paste our title in. And once I've done that, you're going to see here, this is going to automatically create. So there is nothing special about this spreadsheet. It can be a Google Doc, it can be an Excel spreadsheet. And all we're doing here is, I've got a title. Just for an example, you can have any of these headings you want. So typically though, for a blog post, you're going to have a title. You're going to have the slug, which is the end part of the URL with all that key information in it. Typically it's going to be the title just with hyphens in it. A short description, depending on how you want to format your blog post. You might have a little short description on the listings page. You're going to have the body, which is the generated content. And typically you're going to have a tag, you're going to have a header image, you're going to have a category, and you might have the author as well. So this is pretty basic. Don't get too hung up on what's in this top column here. You can have whatever you want. Now that we've got our title and our slug, we will go and grab the body of the content. So to do that, I'm just going to copy this. Now, some of you may have noticed it has a hash here in a couple of spots and has some other weird things going on. That is intentional. And if you want to, this is a bit of a side tip. If you go to a tool like Markdown to HTML, if we paste this content we're getting straight out of Mango in here, you're going to see that this is marked up and it looks really nice. And so this content coming out of Mango is in Markdown format, and it allows you to get a really good styled content. Also, depending on the CMS or the platform you're using, like WordPress or another tool, you can actually have this body of the blog content uploaded as HTML. So it just gives you options whether you want to use plain text, Markdown, or HTML. For the purpose of today, I'm just going to use the Markdown content that's coming out of Mango. So we're going to go over here, and just here, I'm going to paste in all of that copied content. Here is line 1014, and I guess for the technically correct people, if I upload this, there's only going to be 1013 blogs because the header row is not going to be imported. But anyway, so if I scroll up to the top here, you can see here we now have 1013, 1014, whatever blog posts that we're going to load up into WordPress. Just before we get started with the import, this is the Ambitious Hub. I will put a link in the description. The Ambitious Hub has lots of tools and resources, all to do with SEO. Some are free, some are paid. And at the moment, there is a deal on Mango. You can get 70% off Mango with this coupon, Mango V2. If it's shown here, it's still available. Anyway, let's go on with the import. So just to be super clear, because I've had a bunch of questions around this is the process. You generate your titles using Beethoven Step 1. You generate your content with Beethoven Step 2. And then the important bit, or the bit that people are getting stuck on, is you just use a spreadsheet. You put your titles that match up to your typical blog post here, and away you go. Now, to actually generate 1014, got the better of me, I added one more in. It takes around 2 to 2.5 minutes per blog post to get this done. So if you were to actually generate 1014 of these, it's probably going to take you around 34 hours. Most people probably only do maybe 20 or 50, which is pretty reasonable, and you can definitely get that done in a couple of hours max, or get someone else to do it easy. So anyway, now we got to this point, we want to get it into WordPress. I've just created a basic WordPress site. It's got absolutely nothing in it. It's just been installed. And if we go to the admin panel of WordPress, here we are. Basically, all we have to do is go to plugins, and we're going to add a new one. So we just hit add new, and we're just going to type in up here WordPress CSV importer. There it is. Okay, so we just do a search, and it's this bad boy here. Import all pages, posts and types, etc. So we're just going to hit install on this. So once it's installed, we just hit activate, and it's done. So now over on the left hand side in your WordPress menu, you're going to see Ultimate CSV Importer free. So we're just going to hit on that, and you're going to get to this screen. Now, this really is super easy. All we need to do now is get our Excel file or our Google Docs file. And the important thing here is that when you save that file, you must save it as a CSV. So now we've imported our CSV file. It's going to default by saying we want to create a new item for every record, and also we want to import each record as a post. So once you've got those settings checked, you can hit continue. All we've got to do in this step here is match up our WordPress fields with our CSV fields. So our title is going to be our title, content is the body, short description. We had one of those, short description. We're not going to worry about publish date. Slug, we've got one of them. Author, we did include author. Featured image, we've got an image URL there. That'll do on that one. For terms and taxonomies or whatever it is, this is where we add our category and post. So we can just select category for category and tag for post tag. So that's all looking pretty good. Hit continue. It's going to ask download external images to your media. I'm going to do this. So we'll create all these external references into our media library. Basically, we just hit continue. Don't worry about any of that. Start the import. Now, this is a massive file. Let's zip back when it's done and we'll take a look. All right, that's finished. Once it's all in, all you have to do is hit close. Then we will just go over to posts. What you want to do here is, the only one thing I have done, go up to screen options. You want to change the number of items per page at a time which you can update. Now, I have found you can sort of max this out. So I've left it at 200. Apparently you can go to 999, but do it in blocks of 200, I think works a bit better. And the reason for that is we just want to select this. This is going to grab 200 of our posts. And we want to go to edit, hit apply. The status, we're just going to change it to published and hit update. Okay, and you'll see 200 posts have been updated. So for 1,000, I would have to do this 5 times. But for the sake of the demo today, we're just going to jump across now and have a look and see what they look like. Okay, so this is just the stock standard blog listing page. I haven't modified or changed any of this, and this is the layout. So you can see we've got our image, our title, our short amount of text there, and we have got 1,000 of these blogs loaded up. And if I click on, say, this one here, I'll just open a new tab. Here it is. So obviously you would probably do some formatting. Depending on your CMS, you might bring it in as Markdown, plain text, HTML, whatever. But the point here is, with content at scale, with these tools, you can do this relatively quickly, relatively easy. It's a very powerful SEO method. I hope you got some value from this video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Consider giving it a like, subscribe to the channel if you'd like to know more about SEO and this kind of stuff. And I will catch you in the next one.